Well, boy, yeah, a long way from New York to here. Well, we made it. Fast driving, guys. Yeah. Okay, let's go to this Donner Spitz hut. So, we're gonna go in here and see if there's some room for the night.
Yep.
A couple of tired mountaineers. Excuse me, sir. We'd like to rent some skis.
Okay, well, we have 500 pieces of paper you have to fill out first, including signing in 40 different places to make sure you don't sue us for death, decapitation, limb removal, or head smashing.
Okay, well, I'll just leave you with my firstborn son in lieu of all that.
Well, what kind of skis would you like?
I don't know. Talk ski talk. I want some tech talk.
Okay. Well, you can start with cross-country waxless skis. You can move all the way to super side-cut telly skis, which this man is going to run, which we're going to fit to his booth now. So I'll have to interrupt the tech talk just to fit his booth.
Okay. It's taller than this wall because there's so much snow around here. Now we're on top of the wall. To Will's house we go. To work we go. Really, you terriers, really. Oh, build a snow cave. Here's Morgan standing on the edge of Donner Pass, which is down below him. Down below that is Donner Lake, where in 1846 the Donner Party was trapped in 28 feet of snow in the month of December. Most of them ended up dying and eating each other. And above here, behind us, about a month and a half ago, somebody was snowboarding and came off a cornice and was buried in an avalanche. He died. So this is one dangerous spot, right, Mark?
Uh-huh.
Rocks down there where our cave is. But here we go. Yeehaw!
This is our snow cave that we built, and we're going to sleep in it when we're finished. And we have to get a lot bigger. And the reason we're coming up here is because I have an uncle here, and he helped us build this snow cave.
We're taking a little break from snow cave building to slide on our butts.
I'll have to get down a little bit.
Okay, Morg.
Not deep enough here. There we go.
Keep your feet up. Wiggle down a little. Yeah. It will not hurt, I promise you.
This doesn't do much.
But keep your feet up.
Roger, would you like to give us a report on the snow cave building this morning?
Yes, well, it's March 19th, 1998, and we built our second installment of our snow cave in there. Big enough to fit 3 bears. And we're having fun, and I'm tired. A lot of work.
Can we see a few beads of sweat on your brow?
Sure.
here we are in the snow cave, and Uncle Will is doing the finishing touches on the ceiling. What's up, Will?
Well, we're we're at the finishing stages, as Jen said. Most of the work is done over, I think this is our third day here. Usually you'd be dead if you were trying to weather out a storm. It took 3 days, but we had a nice recreational pace, which was enjoyable for sure. We're at the finishing phases and doing a couple things. One, the aesthetic smoothing. Smoothing is also a comfort issue, so when you get condensation on the roof, if it doesn't freeze and rolls around, you don't want it to drip off little peaks like exist some places, so you want it to be a nice smooth ceiling. We're also making sure there's a dome shape, arch in all directions, so as the snow settles, it won't bulge downward and then collapse. And we're going to use the strength of an arch here. I think that's how it works. So that's where we stand. Morgan might have a little comment about the progress.
And my Uncle Willard is dumping snow all over me.
Oh, what was it? Hey, here's the wet rat, who did most of the work.
He did all.
Hi, wet rat.
Somebody pushed off. The dome at its thinnest is about 18 inches thick. Willard says it only has to be 8 inches to be adequate. So at 18 we think we're pretty safe, even though it's supposed to rain tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have any comments on the structural integrity of this cave?
Well, Morgan is going to stand up under the roof and hold it up all night.
Uh-huh.
We're going to put Willard at the...
Excuse me, I'm being dumped on at the moment. I have to shut the camera off. Excuse me. Over and out.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Okay, why don't you try to get your left foot up? There.
Yeah. I'm gonna make it easier for you.
Okay. Now, grab under like this. Keep going. Grab with the right hand here. You're doing a good job. Yeah. Put your left in there. Yeah, yeah. And then your right hand here. Hold on. Yeah. Like that. Or like this.
Oh, you just put it on the inside and plug it right inside. Oh, nice. They were sounding pretty good. Nice. Here's what you had? Oh, that was so close.
I want to walk down now.
Okay. So it's called lowering. So you can say ready to lower.
Ready to look.
Okay, I got you. Lean out. Okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna keep your feet wide.
Yep.
You lower your butt, right? See how you slip down? So lower your butt. And walk down. Good. Take small steps instead of big steps.
I used to work in something.
Good.
Pretty good. Now, if you look to your right, you see the crack to your right. You see that sneaky crack there, kind of hidden? Sneak over to that. Nice.
Good.
Now how about a big left foot? Yeah, sweet. How about a big right foot? Ah. How about the next one over to the right? Is that a big one?
Woohoo! Is that it?
Here we are at Royal Gorge. And there's Roger, Morgan, and Willard in the background. And it just started snowing a little while ago. It was raining when we first got here, and then the rain turned to snow, thankfully.
Uncle Willard City. Woohoo!
Hey, Willard,
Yeah.
where are we?
We're at Royal Gorge, the United States' largest cross-country ski area with 280 miles of groomed terrain. We just had a nice cafe lunch at the Wilderness Lodge. We're heading home on the Wells Fargo Trail to the Summit Station.
All right.
Okay. Mark, how did you like your cross-country skiing at Royal Gorge?
Not that well.
Why not?
It just seems kind of boring, you know?
Not.
Yeah, you're gonna be kind of polite about it. How about be like the way you were 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, like the way you were on the trail.
What is
Give me a
Remember when you
break.
came up to us and you said, I can't believe that you two got me into this.
Yeah, I can't believe, that's what I said. I can't believe that my mom and my dad got me into this weird kind of infrared life. Like,
Monday night, we only have 2 more nights here. And I'm on the way down to Willard's apartment, where there is a serious debate raging as to whether we should sleep in the snow cave tonight. Let's go in and have a look and see what's going on.
time to start debating. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Okay, come on, let's go.
Now, who shall represent the 2 sides of the argument?
Pro and con.
Pro and con.
I'm pro sleeping in the cave tonight.
I'm pro-life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pro snow cave versus pro
We have
life.
2 nights in which to sleep in the cave, tonight and tomorrow night. It's been raining for 2 days, and the cave is fine, so I figured it's not going to get any better. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it tonight, or we're not going to do it at all. And since it's going from snow to rain and it's back to snow again, tonight's as good night as any because the cave is safe and sound and as secure as can be, and it's dry and warm, and it's
Speculatory.
and I'm ready. I'm psyched.
Willard?
Well, we have some faulty reasoning involved in this argument of the pro sleeping in the cave side. Exhibit A, well, the location of the cave at the foot of a rather steep slope, which I must admit was my choice, and I am at fault for that location. But at this point, I believe with the conditions at hand, perhaps the night being in the middle of a storm that is causing flood watches throughout the counties below us and to the east, in fact, and we're to the west where we're going to get more precipitation. I'm worried about the stability of the snow slope above our cave, which could perhaps bury us in a small slide, which the pros sleeping in the cave side will argue we could handily dig out of. I would argue we should plan to avoid catastrophes instead of coping with them.
And we've seen one avalanche that was about 150 yards from the cave, and we could have dug out of that easily. And the cornice above that was so much bigger than anything that's above the cave that I'm not worried at all. Besides, the weather goes from west to east, and if there's flood watch to the east of us, I don't care, because we're west.
Okay.
All right. Willard?
We'll start from the most recent going back. Well, to the east of us is actually usually less precipitation than where we are, because the orographic lifting coming up the west side of the Sierras.
Orographic lifting.
Of the air masses coming off the Pacific, as the air rises up the west side of the Sierras, there is cooling and a decrease in pressure, which causes condensation in the atmosphere, leading to precipitation, which reaches its peak right on the Pacific crest, where we happen to be at Donner Pass. Going to the east, the precipitation diminishes until you hit the rain shadow of Nevada. Now, so I would conject that we're going to have more precipitation than where they're calling for flood watches, and where the streams were already at full capacity by this afternoon, according to the National Weather Service.
But may I humbly submit to your honor that lower down where they are, you can expect flooding, because we're at the top of the pass, where there's nothing above us, and therefore there's nothing that's going to fall on us that is going to fall east of us. In fact, there's going to be more falling east of us than where we are, so we're safe.
But where is the judge in this room?
Right here.
Guy in the white robe.
And Judge, what do you have to say so far?
Well, I kind of agree with Willard. I mostly agree with Willard. And since things are kind of dictionables here, it's just definitely agree with Willard. I just don't think.
Want to host this quickie tomorrow? In fact, you want to eat breakfast tomorrow?
Satan!
You want to eat tomorrow?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I guess what? Yeah, I do. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, then let's go to the game!
Here's a shot of the precipitation going on outside right now. And as you can see, it's snowing heavily. It's been alternating between snow and rain. This is a shot right outside of Willard's door.
You'll notice the very wet nature of the storm here. There's snow in the background and rivers of water pouring off the roof.
Off the heated roof.
In fact, that is the cold stairwell that does not have heat in it.
Well, the cold stairwell happens to be 3 times hotter than the ambient air outside of it.
Well, the ambient air outside is about 35 degrees. 3 times hotter would be 105 degrees. I don't believe it's that hot, Roger.
I'm here, Rod.
Well, we're packing to go to the snow cave.
Oh, wow, you have to bring all that stuff?
Well, we got water and TP and 3 mats and boots and outer gear and bags to carry everything in.
Oh, wow.
And we're set.
All right.
And it's probably about 30 degrees outdoors and it's snowing. And we're going to go about a quarter of a mile and get into that snow cave that we took pictures of previously, although it almost collapsed, so we had to restore it. But when we restored it, we put in a skylight, a boot room, and a shelf for, you know, the clock radio.
Ready?
Hey, Kirk, what's going on here?
I'm gonna go to sleep. Nice warm house here.
What are these other crazy people going to do?
Go out. You guys go out in the snow.
Snow cave.
All right. Ready to go, Mike?
Yeah.
What do you have in your
Okay.
pack there, Morgan?
Show the pack.
Whoa.
What you got
Morgan,
there?
what do you got in there?
I got
Skittles, ding dongs. Races.
Yep.
All right.
To the back.
Here come the mountaineers.
Oh, boy,
Yeah, Mark.
what a hike. Woo, woo. The air's pretty thin up here at 8,000 meters. Oh. What do you think, Morgan?
Take a picture of his back, Mom.
Okay. Wow. Whew.
Wow. all day out in the raging storm.
Whoa.
Oh, Roger forgot his wine. Oh man.
Where's that snow cave? Woo!
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Right over this little hump.
Where you see the shadow there,
That's the hump. Right on the other side there is the depression,
and you'll notice that that seems a little unusual.
which didn't exist 2 days ago.
Before
So what happened? Why did it get like that?
deluge of pouring rain saturated the snow in the roof of our snow cave
And
and
then
caused
some
a
more
minor collapse, which we have since shaved away, though with a little bit of experimentation. The last 2.5 hours it sunk about 1/2 to 3/4 inch, and so we're trying to calculate the amount of time we have before we have
And we're
total
gonna be
collapse.
sleeping in that darn thing?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
How do you know? How do you know?
I don't know. That's coming.
As you can see, the sleeping bags are all nicely organized.
Oh, really? How low do you think I will be in here by the time the thing? So by morning.
I mean, how low do I think the roof's gonna be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like down to here by morning, perhaps?
I don't know. Maybe.
Morning time in the snow cave. We're all a little bleary-eyed. Hi, Will.
Hi.
Hi!
Wow. We had a.
What happened during the night, Will?
Well, I think the cave got a little bit smaller, in fact. And you can see a fracture line running right down the middle of this cave-in, which we knew was the thinnest part of the roof. And then at the lowest point, all the condensation is dripping off.
Uh-huh. Let's see if I can focus on that.
The camera has snow blindness, right? The camera has